So we do not know up to what extent we can cover all the syllabus. We do not know up to what, but the present plan of the NIT Rourkela is we are supposed to finish up your course from today onwards till 11th of December. 11th of December, we are supposed to finish up the course. So some extra classes are to be taken. So please be prepared because your session started delayed by 2 months. And we have to do something because of this unknown virus, coronavirus, all problems have come up. All problems. Whole world is totally unstable. Whole world. So we have to little bit cooperate among ourselves, and we need to take some extra classes for this. I used to take 2 hours. Every class used to become 2 hours when it becomes regular. Because you are at home, sometimes I am leaving you after 1 hour or 1.5 hours. But usual my style of taking class is for 2 hours. Because I do a lot of discussion. This type of discussion you won't get in any subject. And I allow everybody to speak out so that you won't feel shy. You prepare something and you express your knowledge before your friends. That gives you a confidence. Yes, I have learned something. If I am wrong, my friends will help me to improve myself. So I do that. That's my way of teaching. So my class is usually for 2 hours, but here I am not taking 2 hours, but now onwards I will be taking 2 hours. 2 hours or 1.5 hours, at least 1.5 hours it will be regularly now. And I am planning to take one extra class on Saturday at 4:15. Okay? So please cooperate. We don't have any choice. Our NIT has given a strict notice that by 11th of December, we need to finish up our course. So we need to take extra class. A letter will come from Dean. A letter will very soon come from Dean. I think yesterday the assistant registrar has given a letter. Another letter will come from Dean very soon, that you please cooperate with the faculties and join in the extra class so that by 11th December it is, 11th December is a Friday. By Friday, 11th December, we are supposed to finish up our course. Today, Devabhaya will start 11th chapter. There are 27 chapters are there. So 16 chapters are left over. Some chapters are too big also. That may take 2 days. So if at all we cover little bit faster, and I do not know up to what extent we can have the discussion. Because of this corona problem, all these hassles have come up. We need to cooperate among ourselves. You please join the class in right time and cooperate, ask question to Devabhaya. I will be happy. The more question you ask, the more happy I am. So that I can get the feeling that you are studying at home. Make notes at home. Don't move in the street. Don't move out. Because the winter will be very, very harsh this time. And corona will return again. So remain warm inside the house. Take little bit of warm water. Do warm water gargling. All the regular things, whatever you are doing, please continue with that. This winter is a bad winter. Little bit more cold it will be. So put on cold clothes from today onwards. Keep your body warm. Drink little bit warm water all the time. See that you are safe. How about the health of Dalmia? Dalmia has joined. or not? Dalmia?
Yes,
Dalmia
sir.
has your,
Yes, sir. I've joined, sir.
how's your health? How's your health?
So I'm having a fever of 100, sir. 100 degree.
You are taking medicine?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm taking medicine, sir.
What?
P650, three ice a day, sir.
Eh, eh?
Sir, P650 paracetamol, three ice a day, sir. Saline
Okay,
500 for vitamin C, and
okay.
Taxim 400 for as an antibiotic, sir. And
Taxin,
doc
taxin, taxin.
Taxim 400.
Oh, taxin is an antibiotic. I didn't know. Usually people give doxy or Depo. What is that?
Doxy XL,
Azithromycin.
sir. Doxy
Ajit,
XL.
Favipiravir.
Usually,
Azithromycin, sir.
yeah. Usually doctors give doxycycline or
Hmm.
azithromycin. What comes in the newspaper? What I have read. But you have been given taxin.
Ta-
Taxin.
Taxim 400, sir. So, two more medicines are there, sir. Doxtil SL, and ivermectin. Ivermectin.
Please send a mail to me, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, I have sent a mail, sir, today, sir.
No. The name of the medicines, please send.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes,
And apart from that, put on a half
sir.
sweater all the time. Put on a half
Yes,
sweater
sir.
all the
And
time. Half sweater.
gargling three ice a day, sir, and taking a steam 4 times a day, sir. This
Yes.
is my whole routine for 2 weeks, sir.
Yeah. For 14 days, please do inhalation, steam, and gargling.
Yes, sir.
Gargling, yeah, and drink little bit warm water. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And,
Warm
um,
water with Nimbu.
yeah, warm water with nimbu, little bit warm, as much warm you can tolerate. Okay.
Yes, sir.
because because the virus stays in the throat and in the nasal, this nasal what, above the nose portion, above the nose portion, the virus stays there. So do inhalation and drink warm water. Hmm. Yeah, I'm worried it has taken a lot of lives in our country. So you have to be careful, you have to be very careful, very careful. Don't move out from home. Never move out. Take care. Put on socks. Put on a half sweater all the time. Dalmia. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Put
sir.
on socks. Yeah. Put on half sweater all the time. Keep your body warm. Don't move out. Don't move out from home. Okay. Because health is fast. Health is fast. This problem will continue till coming winter. So you have to protect yourself properly. So
Yes.
we don't have any choice. We don't have any choice. Health is fast. That's why we are not able to call you to our campus. Otherwise, you should have been in the classroom. How you got this infection? You went somewhere outside or what? Shivam?
No, sir. I think, sir, I got it from my father, sir. So he went out, sir, because of the business, sir. So first he got the infection, and after 2 days, sir, he had some symptoms. So he checked out with the doctor, and so the doctor suggested us that it can be typhoid also. So first he did the typhoid test, and it came negative. Then the doctor advised us not to take any COVID test because, according to the symptoms, it was clear that it was COVID. He lost all his smell and taste, and he was very weak, and he had
That
fever for
is,
2 days.
that is a wrong advice from the doctor. Wrong
Yes,
advice.
we also asked him that it may be other maybe other disease also. But he said that actually, sir, one of our neighbor also got that COVID-19, and my father came into contact with that neighbor, sir.
Hmm.
So he said that 99% chance.
Whenever you have little bit 1% doubt,
Yes, sir.
have the
Isolate.
have the COVID-19 test. 1% doubt.
Yes.
When there is 1% doubt of fever or breathlessness, any doubt, just have the COVID test.
Yes, sir.
Don't delay it. Once delay, the lungs gets infected and the situation becomes more difficult. It goes out of control. Any problem, any death is because of delay in the initial treatment.
Yes, sir. The day, sir, he got fever, my father got fever, we started that COVID-19 medicines that all the doctors are prescribing, sir. One of our family member is also a doctor, sir. So we asked him for advice, and he also told us that these all are the medicines that you should take on the initial stages. And if the fever comes down and smell and taste comes back, then it will be fine. And we are checking the oxygen level every 2 hours, sir. So we are taking all the precautions, sir, but still the fever is not coming down. My father has recovered a lot, sir, but my fever is still not coming down, sir.
How
Still
much?
100.
How much?
So the last time I checked, sir, after taking before taking P650, my fever was 100. But my smell and taste has come back, but my fever is not going down.
Okay, slowly it will go down, slowly.
Yes.
Take,
And sir, the more problem has come that my other family member has also started having COVID-19. So my brother has tested for COVID-19, has gotten a test for COVID-19, and he was tested positive, and my mother also. Sir. So
oh,
everyone in our family has tested positive for COVID-19.
start taking medicine. Don't delay. Little
Yes,
bit of delay in the initial stage becomes very difficult. The lungs get infected and it doesn't respond to medicine later on. Later on, it doesn't respond. So you have to. Everybody has to be under medication and all these things. The moment
yes,
you come across this type of problem, yeah, I am very worried. I am very worried. Very worried, Shubham Dalmia. I am very worried for you. Mm.
thank you.
Okay, take care, take care. Remain isolated. Don't go outside. How you are taking food? Who is cooking? Somebody else is helping in your house? All are
Yes,
infected. Okay.
some of our mates, they are helping, sir. They are taking precautions and they are helping us take food, sir.
Okay. Ask the maid to get herself checked. You
Yes,
see
sir.
that
Yes, sir.
she gets the COVID-19 checkup test, that nasal, what they call it. Anyway, those
RT,
nasal,
uh,
something like that. That test, the maid has to do it every 3-4 weeks interval. There is
yes,
no
sir.
nothing wrong in it. Every 3-4 days interval, she should, because she is the person making food for you. So she should be
Yes,
free of any sort of infection,
yes.
because this is affecting health very much and lot of lives have been lost. So you have to be very, very, very careful. Lot of lives have gone in our country. I think 1,25,000 or something
One
like
lakh
that.
27,000, sir. As per
27,000.
yes,
So you are getting all this lesson, and tell your father not to go outside. Never let the business go to hell. First is your body. Is your health. Nothing is important. You can catch the business later on.
yes,
Don't interact with any person, anybody where there is some amount of suspicion. And Modi Babu जो बोलते हैं 2 गज की दूरी, you have to
yes,
maintain it. दो गज की दूरी and all the time mask, all the time. So there is nothing wrong in putting the mask. People say that I am not taking the oxygen inside my nose, I am feeling stuffy. Just no, no, no. Put on the mask and 2 गज की दूरी, 6 फीट की दूरी. Okay? I am very much
yes.
worried. How about Asutosh Gupta? Asutosh Gupta?
Sir, he is readmitted in hospital
Oh, 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 oh,
today only.
oh, oh, oh. Oh, are. He belongs to which place, Asutosh?
सर छत्तीसगढ़, न्यू
हाँ,
रायपुर।
न्यू रायपुर में। अच्छा, ये तो बहुत खतरनाक चीज सुनने में आया। अच्छा, अच्छा, अरे अरे अरे, नहीं, कुछ ये सब जो सेकेंड टाइम एडमिशन ना, ये सब बहुत रिस्की लगता है मेरे को। मैं
सर
बहुत
बिकॉज
प्रॉब्लम।
सर
हाँ,
heartbeat rate is not decreasing, means coming around 110 and above, 120 I think.
ना कितना होना चाहिए, कितना?
Normal it should be around 72 to 90 or 85 90 I think, but he is getting around 110 plus.
ओ, और ये ऑक्सीजन मीटर में कितना दिखा रहा है सैचुरेशन?
Sir, I don't know about that thing, but he told me this.
मैसेज तो सर पूछ रहे हैं कि सैचुरेशन लेवल कितना है।
Okay.
ठीक है, हाँ,
Okay.
क्योंकि that is the most important information regarding the infection, that saturation, oxygen saturation level। एक छोटा सा, अगर जिसका पॉकेट में पैसा है, the price is around 1500 or something, keep that till the corona is over, that oxygen meter or something, oxygen saturation meter, oximeter, they call it oximeter. If you can afford it, it's not a bad investment. It's not a bad investment. You'll be getting stipend, staying at home, 12,000 rupees. So please purchase it. 1500 rupiah, getting your stipend your stipend will definitely come to your account. Maybe little bit delayed, but will come. This is a Government of India organization. So please spend 1500 or 2000 and keep that. Keep that. So that's a good investment, and every day, alternate day, Shivam Dalmia is checking. So you also check that. What is your oxygen saturation level? I am very much worried, really worried for you all, for everybody's good health. Andrila, how's your health? Andrila,
Yes, sir.
Andrila, how's your health?
Yes, sir. My main problem is that even if I take a lot of protection, the air becomes cold right now. No? So just by inhaling the cold air only, I start getting problems.
Now, getting
So
problem
winter
is
gives me lot of
what problem?
no related to corona, not uh, related to corona means the problems that I have. But,
What problem you are having, meaning because of the cold air? What problem?
uh, the throat, I develop pain in the throat, and then it feels like that there are lots of scratches inside the throat.
Mm.
So it becomes very painful, and after that, there are a lot other side effects also along with that. So sometimes lots of rashes develop inside the throat and all that. So it becomes very painful and problematic.
This hot air inhalation doesn't help you. That doesn't help you. Hot air, that
Uh,
steam inhalation, steam.
yeah. For a certain period of time, that becomes helpful.
I don't know much about it, but a good ENT specialist can help you. A good ENT specialist only can help you regarding your throat problem. So you feel that it is a throat problem in the throat, right?
Yes, because I had it many years back, and then a long medication was required, as I had told you. So now
Yeah.
it has revamped. So yeah. So initially, I was thinking that it is a common cold and fever because, like, towards the beginning of this year only, maybe like I got very high fever and like uh, a lot of cough got like accumulated in the chest and it got solidified. So I had to show the doctor and it was very high fever and all. But so that was, I thought it was normal cold and cough. But then I understood that this problem has revived, which I had years back.
Hmm, I don't know. I'm not a doctor much. I don't know much. That to anyone, none else until unless he sees you physically, you won't be able to give a good diagnosis. They need to see your throat, do some test. A lot of tests are there for the throat problem. So I don't know. I don't know much, but I will only advise you to go to a good, right kind of specialist. Right kind of specialist. I can only advise you that, nothing else. Uh, I do not know much about it. But I will only advise you the same thing what Shibam is doing. Drink little bit warm water and do steam inhalation. That will help you, but your throat you may be feeling irritation because of longer problem, because the problem has become very long, so you may feel the irritation, right?
Yes, sir.
Steam inhalation, right? You may feel little bit of irritation. You may feel, that's what I apprehend. I don't know much. I apprehend that. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know how you will be cured. How you will be cured. You know, when you will come to Raurkela, I will advise you. We have a very fantastic, very good old lady doctor here near our Raurkela NIT. She is pretty closely known to us. Is a Telugu lady, Uma Devi, very strong in her studies for this type of problem. So if you come to Raurkela only, she can help you to overcome your problem. And that hospital is just adjacent to us. She's a pretty good doctor, Uma Devi, Dr. Uma Devi. She is a doctor of pulmonary disease and is very knowledgeable. Anyway, but we don't know when you will be coming to Raurkela. We don't know. Anyway, so take care. You need to consult a right kind of specialist. The type of problem you are suffering from lingering. So only a right
When
kind of.
I
Huh?
showed the, uh, like many years back when I had got this problem, I showed the one of the best ENTs. Like he's a HOD of Kolkata Medical College ENT department. So I had showed the doctor. So and then it got cured, like after 6 months of medication. But now, right now, to go to any like Kolkata Medical College or any place like that, it's risky. So I don't want to. That's what.
Yeah. So only consult, but you have to consult the doctor. You don't have any choice because your problem will increase day by day. Mm. Only take some. Only a regular advice I make I give to everybody: drink warm water and do steam inhalation. And they are the
Yes,
two
sir.
regular advices I give to everybody, and I hope that it will help you also. Mm.
Yes,
Anyway,
sir.
avoid,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, avoid any what you use to wash your hairs or something regularly. Don't do that. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. What that shampoo, pampu, all these things. Try to avoid frequent use of shampoo, so that, and when you wash your hair, dry it as much as possible. Make it dry as much as possible. Mm, yeah,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I can't advise that much. Okay. Okay, all are outside, so we do not know how you are doing in this health problem. I'm equally worried for everybody. Everybody. Mm, you know, in our NIT campus, a professor was staying in the back of my house, and we lost him because of the corona. A professor of methodology, Samarjit Sarkar. He just was staying in the back of my house. We in our NIT we stay inside a closed campus. All the students, all the teachers stay inside the campus. So because of this corona, we lost a professor. He was a professor of methodology. So what I mean to say is you need to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. Anyway, we talked a lot. So today We got delayed half an hour almost, so we are having a extra class. Please join in the extra class on Saturday at 4:50. Okay? Okay. Okay, Debo start. Debo start.
Yes.
Share the class. Yesterday in the lab we did Arc Studio. Hope you have understood that Arc Studio a lot. So this is a type of ADL, architecture description language, a language to describe the architecture. Okay? Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. In the last class, we are talking about the early architecture. We have finished the Darwin, Rapid, Wright, and in the domain and style specific, what we have finished? Koala, Whips, and AADL. Here today we will talk about the extensible architecture description language. Okay. Okay. In the extensible architecture description language, there is a problem or tension in between the expressiveness of general purpose architectural description languages and the optimization and customization of specialized ADLs. So there is a conflict or a headache in between the general purpose ADL and a specialized ADL. Specialized means it is optimized and somewhat customized. So we have the conflict in between the two. We have a headache or tension in between the two type of ADLs. How do we get the best of both worlds? So use the multiple notations in tandem. Okay, we have to use the multiple notations. It is difficult to keep consistent and often means excessive redundancy. Okay. If you will use the multiple notations, so it will be difficult to keep consistent and often it is redundant. Overload an existing notation or ADL, that is a UML profile. It increases the confusion. It does not work well if the custom features does not map naturally. So that leads to the use of extensible ADLs. Okay. So an additional features we want to add to the existing ADL. Okay, that is the ADL's attempt to provide such guidance. Okay, first we will start with ACME. We have ACME, ADL, ADML, Architectural Description Markup Language, and XADL, one extensible feature with extensible ADL. First one is ACME. Early general purpose ADL with support for extensibility with some properties. ACME supports the general purpose ADL with some specific features and properties. What its advantages? It has some structural specification capability that is similar to Darwin. It has the simple property structure that allow for the arbitrary decoration of existing elements. So this simple architecture or this simple structure allow the decoration of some existing elements. Means it is supporting with the existing one. This tool also support with ACME Studio in the visualization. We'll see.
Debo, you had told to read about color and collie using Acme. I remember.
Yes, I have given assignment.
Yeah, I had given the assignment read Acme. And
They will give the assignment, but due to time shortage, it is difficult to present in the right way.
in the very first class, you had told that
Yes.
read Acme and using Acme, try to understand what is color and collie. Something you had told.
Yes,
Very
sir.
first. Yeah.
Sir, I have given.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
A port role, and in the role they have color and color. How they are changing color and color. That assignment, sir, I have given.
Mm, mm. If they read, fine. If they don't read, fine, because time is very short in our hand.
This
We keep,
semester sir, is a little bit smaller as compared to other semester.
Acme, I think we'll be doing in the lab, right, Deba?
Yes, sir. They will do the Arc Studio and Acme in the lab.
Okay,
Last time
okay,
also this assignment is given for the lab work only.
okay, okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And it also supports with the Acme Studio, which you will perform it in your lab class. Then there are disadvantages.
Studio you have done yesterday, and Acme you will be doing in the next class.
Next subsequent lab they will sir do Acme Studio. Yes. And disadvantages, the no way to add the new views. There is no alternative to add some new views into it. Then the property specification can become extremely complex with adding the additional features for the existing ADL. It will be more complex and have entirely separate syntax and semantics. Syntax and semantics will be quite isolated from the existing one. So this leads to some complexity in their operation. Now, here the example with Lunar Lander. The global types, first we'll say the roles. Roles means here the color, role of color and the role of collie. You can check the call type here, the role of color, color role and collie role. This property returns with the value types, that is that by default. Then in the component, first we'll go for the component, then connector. In the component, it has data store, calculation and user interface. And in the component data store, the port will get the values and store the values. And in the component calculation, the port, there is a port for the connector that will calculate, get values and then it will store. And in the similarly in the user interface component, the ports will get the value and calculate. Okay, these operations will be performed with the components. Then after component we have connectors. The connector user interface has to calculate the call type, that is the role of color and role of collie are the two important call types. Okay. Then it will return the value. Then the connector user interface to store data. First one to calculation, the next one is to store data. Again the same color and collie function we have to use. Then it will return the value.
Could you now understand color and collie?
These functions we have to use with the data store, calculation and user interface using the component and connector. Okay. Now, the connector will connect to the calculation to data store. Calculation is a component. We have a component calculation, three components, user interface, calculation and data store. Now the connector will connect to from calculation to data store. Here again, it will use the functions color role and collie role, and it will return a value that will be a false, because if the return value is will not equal with it, then it will be again false. Then again connector will calculation to data store, call type, color role and collie role, means a role of color and a role of collie. The return value will be true. And what are the attachments? These attachments using the, already we have talked earlier, the glue statement, the glue operation. It is the attachment of all the values. The user interface, get value to the user interface to store data, that is the color. So all are the attachments will be there. Okay. Now, here the property type, store type. Which store type? It is the enum, file, relational database and objectional database are used. For the data store, we have a component data store. What are the files used? The relational database and object database. All you have to perform in the lab. This thing, if you look it sincerely, then it will be more convenient for you in the lab class. In the same way, you have to proceed. Then the component data store. It has get value and store value. Then the property, store type. Here the store type means relational database. Then property table name. You have to give the table name. That is nothing but your lender table, where you have the attribute to store all the values in that attribute. Then property replicas. Okay. So ultimately in the lab you have to perform this Acme Studio after your Arc Studio finished, and you have to check how the attachments are there and how the role of color and color is used in the functions. Then Acme evaluation. We are evaluating all things with 11 parameters. First one, the scope and purpose. The structures of components and connectors with extensible properties. The next is basic elements. What are the basic elements? Now the components, connectors, their interfaces, the hierarchy used, and the properties, some basic properties associated with the Acme. Then the style through type system. Then the static and dynamic aspects. Static structure is modeled natively and the dynamic aspects are associated with the properties. Dynamic models. Acme library allows the dynamic models, programmatic models, and the later stage it is manipulation. And the non-functional aspects through the properties. Ambiguity. The meanings of elements subject to some interpretation. Properties may have arbitrary levels of rigor or formality. Then accuracy. The checkable syntactically via type system and properties by external tools. So it have to find the more accuracy of here model. You have to check the properties with some external tools. The precision. Properties can increase the precision but cannot new elements. These properties may help to increase the precision but new element fails. Then viewpoints. The structural viewpoint is native. Properties might provide the additional viewpoints. Okay. Already I have discussed that we have a lot of viewpoints, but we cannot give the guarantee that they should be always consistent to be correct. So they have the proper synchronization between the viewpoints to be connected. That is the viewpoint consistency via external tools that must be developed. So for viewpoint consistency, we have to develop the external tool. Okay. Now, ADML, architectural description markup language. Here the effort is to standardize the concepts in Acme and to leverage the XML as a syntactic base. Main two objectives: first to standardize Acme, then improving the syntactic ideas used in XML, extensible markup language. Here the advantages are XML parsers. Okay, and the tools are readily available in XML. Now, we will go deeply in the next semester with XML when we will read about service-oriented architecture. It added some ability to reason about the type of properties with meta properties. Means the properties that will describe the about other properties. That is the meta properties. Then disadvantages. The properties are still name value pairs. Okay, it is again depends on some pairing of the values according to their name. It did not take the advantage of extension mechanism. Although it is leveraging the XML as a syntactic base, still it is not able to take the main advantages of extensions that is used in XML. .xml advantage it is not using. So here Similar to ECME, except in an XML format. We are using this format in XML. Here you can also check that same format. It is also a markup language. The component ID we have to find is data store. Name is also data store. So sometimes this will create some confusion. The ID and name, these two words. This is the disadvantages. Then the component description, their body part you have to find. Then the IDs of a get value and store value, and their names are also get values and store value. We have to define. Okay, now come to some XADL, Extensible Architectural Description Language. It is XML based, and it's intended to maximize the extensibility in both notation as well as in tools. Here the growing set of generically useful modules are available already. So some useful models are already ready-made, are already available in this language. The tools support in our studio environment. It will help to support that what you are doing in your lab, our studio environment. The users can add their own modules via well-defined extensibility mechanisms. Okay. It will use its own module that is associated with their language with the well-defined extensibility mechanism. And what are the disadvantages? The extensibility mechanisms can be complex or increasing the learning curve. Means it is some time factor is dependent or some cost factor is dependent, increasing the learning curve. So it is time consuming since it is little bit complex. Heavily reliance on tool. So highly dependent on tools. Without tool, it has no use like that. Now, one of the example here, we are using the component type, their types is components, and the descriptions, the interfaces, and the instance of description used you will use, and it is using the XML format here. Although it is complex, still accepted since some extensibility are added to the earlier ADL language. Okay, now this is the for component. The next one. Now here see the diagram. Here the ports are connecting with user interface, calculation and data store connectors. See, in the data store, it is the store get values interface. Already discussed these things. Their ports are given here. Store the get values, calculation of store values, calculation of the get value interface, everything. So it is a XADL tools. How we will use? It is a stepwise. Stepwise flow chart is given. That will be also in your, you have to do in the lab this part by using some extensibility in your ADL. You have to parse it, edit it, nothing. Now, then it is a lab assignment actually. In the RStudio environment, you will see the TV tuner component, the PNP point to point tuner component, the TV connector, and infrared receiver component. Just like you have to compare it in the lunar lander. Okay, first one is to store data, another one for calculation, another one for user interface. In a similar way, it is modeled. Now, the schemas used in the XADL, the structure and types. Okay, I'm just shortly saying it. We have to again today's cover is chapter 11, the visualization part. So here in the structure and type, it defines the basic structural modeling and prescriptive architecture. Okay, something we have discussed, prescriptive and descriptive. Prescriptive is not always equal to the descriptive. Always the descriptive has some the practical values. It is something deviation from the prescriptive one. Then instances, the basic structural modeling of descriptive architectures. Okay. Then components, connectors, interfaces, their links and some general groups. Abstract implementation, mapping from structural element to the implementation. Then Java implementation, it is the mapping from the structural element to Java implementation again. Options, it allows the structural elements to be declared optional. It includes or excludes from an architecture that depending upon some specific conditions. Then there are varieties. It allows the structural element to be declared as variant that taking a different concrete types of depending on specified conditions. Then versions. It defines the version graphs. It allows the structural element types to be versioned through association with versions in the version graph. Now, their evaluation with the 11 parameters. First, scope and purpose. It is for modeling of various architectural concerns with the explicit focus on extensibility. With the earlier was it is SDL and XADL is the extensibility of the existing ADL. The basic elements, it is the component, connector, interface, link, option, variant, versions, everything. Then style, that is limited through the type system. Then static and dynamic aspects. It mostly static views with the behavior and it has the dynamic aspects that provides through the extensions. Now, the dynamic models. The models can be manipulated programmatically, non-functional aspects through extensions. Ambiguity. It is based on some schemas that are permissive. It allows some schemas or extensions, add rigor or formality according to the requirement. Then accuracy. The correctness checkers included in the RStudio and users can add additional tools through well-defined mechanism. So, for the accuracy, it has to employ or deploy a correctness checker that will check the correctness of any semantics used for the languages. That is included already in the RStudio. And the user can add some additional tools from the user end through well-defined mechanisms. Then it is best schemas are abstract, precision added in extensions. Viewpoints. Several viewpoints provided natively, new viewpoints through extensions. So natively means with existing several viewpoints are already provided and new viewpoints or additional viewpoints are provided with by using the extensions. Then viewpoint consistency. The checkable through external tools and additional consistency rules. Okay. So these are the three extensible architectural description language we are using. First one was ACME. Next, ADML, architectural description markup language. The last one is the XADL. Okay, extensible architectural description language. Now, the caveat one means some limitations or some restrictions for using this type of description languages. The precedings overview optimized for breadth rather than depth. So, the main overview precedes for optimizing the breadth rather than depth. Means we are circulating or and increasing its area, wide area, rather going deeply into it. The semantics and capabilities of many of these notations quite deep and subtle. Means some confusions are not clear. Some even have entire books written about them and you have to investigate. Now caveat 2. This is some important parts are there. Some systems are difficult to model in a traditional way. The agile systems that are not explicitly designed above the level of the word modules. So the agile systems, that is a faster systems, are not explicitly designed above the level of code modules. The extremely large, complex, and dynamic systems. There is some limitations with it. Means large system with some complex systems with some dynamic behavior of the system. Then it can model limited or less complex aspects. It can model one instance of the system. It may exploit the regularity. It models the styles and models the protocols. Okay. So these are the modeling of our architectural description languages what we covered in the last class, chapter 9 and chapter 10. Okay. Here the generic approach we have earlier finished, then earlier description, domain and style specific, and architectural description. In this way, we just practice it. Okay. Next, we'll go to the visualization part.
Okay, boys. This is the ADL, the architecture description language.
And we are adding some extensibility to this existing description languages, ADLs.
So it describes using the diagram and then some text, programmatic text. So two things. In some cases, diagrams and text are there, and in some cases only the text, right, Zeba? Only
Yes,
the
sir. Exactly.
program part.
Exactly. Means some graphical views, visualizations, and textual visualization. In the textual visualization, we have only text. In the graphical visualization, we have some graph features or graphs.
Or some diagrams. Or some
Yes,
diagrams. Some diagrams so as to make the things clear. Like what we saw in the initial ones. In the initial 3 ones, we saw a lot of diagrams. Darwin rapid right. But then slowly when things became more complex, when XML became dominant, only the text part.
Only the text parts.
Only the text part. Initially XML was not that much important, but slowly people felt for any complex architecture, particularly in web-based system, you will see XML takes a very vital role. So in that case, the diagrams became slowly non-important. Only the text part became important to model. Okay.
Yes.
So these are the different modeling techniques as we saw yesterday in the lab, ArcStudio. So how does it help to model a complex problem, to move step by step? What are the components, connector, move step by step so that you should not miss at the time of writing the code. That way it helps. Otherwise, there is every possibility that you may miss some of the important components or connectors. You may miss, but if you move in a systematic way, what we did in UML, then yesterday we learned ArcStudio. Next class you will learn Acme. Something we cannot cover all. We'll cover the most important things. We'll cover slowly. Okay, Deba, go.
Yes. So after modeling, we will come to the visualizing the software architecture. The visualization. There are concepts. And the construction of visualizations. So first, what is a visualization? Their difference, how it is different from modeling, what kind of visualization we are intended to use, then their views with visualizations, and how can we characterize and evaluate. Just like previously, we are evaluating each language with 11 parameters. Just like a simple example, the concrete example of a diverse array of visualizations. Then the constructing of visualization, their concept, then construction. It follows some guidelines for constructing the new visualizations. The pitfalls to avoid when constructing the new visualization means some what the guidelines you have to follow, then coordinating the visualization. Now, some theoretical aspect we will cover, then we will explain. We have earlier we have characterized some architectural set of PDD, the principal design decisions, and also we model the artifacts that capture some or all of the design decisions that comprise an architecture. Okay, so in our architecture, the main focus was on PDD, the principal design decisions. Okay. And the design decisions will comprise the good architecture. An architectural visualization defines how architectural models are depicted. So it will define how to depict a model and how the stakeholders interact with those depictions. Here, two key aspects are depiction and interaction. Depiction is a picture or other visual representation of the design decisions. An interaction mechanism allows the stakeholders to interact with the design decisions in terms of depiction. So, first one have the visual representation of design decisions, and the next one allowed to interact with the design decisions in terms of depiction. We have to interact.
So two things: depiction
and interaction.
Depiction and interaction. How to depict means show something, physically show something, visualize something, to see something, some diagrammatic. Then interact means textual. Okay.
Yes. So now, the basic difference between the model and visualization. It is easy to confuse the models and visualization because they are very close related. The models and their visualization very close meanings. So in the previous lecture, we have not done out this distinction, and here we are just explaining. A model is just an abstract of information. We are using a model to find the abstract of any information, and that is a set of design decisions. Just like we are doing some square box, in that square box we are keeping our informations, and that information is the main abstract of a architecture. So model will define the abstract of information and their clauses, and visualization is the real architecture. It gives those design decisions form. They let us depict the design decision and how they will interact. Their depictions and interactions are defined in different ways. Because of the interaction aspects, the visualizations are often active, and they are both pictures and tools. They are both pictures as well as tools. Here, the model versus visualizations. Here, first one, we have only the models and their versions and the decisions. Decision number 1 or 2. Our first decision is that the system will have two components. So these are the abstract informations that is available in the model. Now in a visualization, how you will see? In a model, there are some DDD, design decisions. Design decisions are there. The design decisions will associate with the other components. Component 1 and component 2. It is with a box and arrow visualization. Some notations here, box and arrow visualizations. So the models have the abstract of informations in their description or in their architecture, but in the visualization, it is highly active one, where it will actually defines the actual visualization part with considering the design decisions. Now, the canonical visualizations. Here, the modeling notation is associated with one or more canonical visualizations. This makes it easy to think of a notation and a visualization as the same thing, even though they are not. So, it makes easy of thinking about the notations. And the visualizations are same. Some notations are canonically textual, like the natural language and XML-based ADLs. and some notations are graphical like the PowerPoint style, and some are both like the UML, and some have multiple canonical visualization like the Darwin. So see here are various of notations with their representation, like textual representation what we are using, and the graphical representation what we are using, and both textual and graphical representation what we are using, and with multiple canonical visualization what the language you are using. Here first see the right and left. The left one is a visualization and the right one is also visualization, but here the modeling abstract of informations are attached with the model. We may ask it is not the canonical visualization the same as the notation, since this is how the information is fundamentally organized. Okay, first to check here the informations are fundamentally organized in the right side. Now perhaps, but consider a piece of software that adds an architectural model. Both are doing same work, but here the visualization matters. How the visualizations are represented, whether a textual visualization, whether a graphical visualization, or both the graphical and textual visualization, or any multiple visualization. Okay. Just like we discussed about the canonical visualizations. Now, different relationships. Vis means here visualization. It is one visualization. It is a canonical one visualization with the model. And the left one, many visualization with one models. So their relationship you can check. Just like one to many to many, or many to one to many, like that. Here many visualizations for one single model. And the next one, figure 3, you can check only one visualization with number of models or many models. Then the kind of visualizations. First one, textual. Here it depicts the architecture through ordinary text files. We use some text files. Means it is some textual part of the visualization. Generally, it conforms to some syntactic format like program conform to a language. It may be a natural language, in which case the format is defined by the spelling and grammar rules of the language. Here also we have some choice of doing the decoration for the text, like the fonts, the colors, bold, italic, all the things, just like in a what? In a text editor. Okay, next. Some textual visualizations, and here it is a XML visualization. How we have used with the architecture. The architecture, what is the client, their servers, and their connections with components and connectors. You can continue it with the lab, with your Arc Studio and Acme Studio. Here is also same thing. The description is given. Now, see the interaction. Generally, through an ordinary text editor or word processor, we do this interaction. Some advanced mechanisms are also available, just like the syntax highlighting. We are highlighting static checking or autocomplete of a sentence or any syntactic value, and the structural folding. So see, these are some additional and advanced mechanisms, okay, for your interaction. Now, the textual visualization, the advantages and the disadvantages. First one, the advantages, it depicts the entire architecture in a single file. It is good for linear as well as hierarchical structures. Hundreds of available editors are there, always available, and availability in time. Then substantial tool, that support the syntax in rigorous that is defined in something like BNF, binary normal form. Okay. Then disadvantages. It can be overwhelming, bad for graph-like organizations of information. It is difficult to reorganize information meaningfully. Then learning curve or syntax or semantics is also high. Learning curve means the time consuming process is also there in the text visualization. Then the kinds of visualization. First, previous one was the textual visualization, then graphical visualization. Here it depicts the architecture as the graphical symbols. We are using some graphical symbols like boxes, shapes, pictures, clip art, line, arrow, other connectors, photographing images. Okay, and it is also either 2D or 3D views. Generally, it conforms to a symbolic syntax, but may also be free from any and stylistic. See, here a graphical visualization. Okay, of your lunar lander. Lander thrust the lunar surface and pull of the gravity. How they are represented in a visualization manner. Graphical visualization. Okay. Now here. Understand it will come. Now here the abstracts. The visualization as well as their abstracts like the ground station and the lunar lander. We are communicating through the space link. Okay. Next, interaction in the graphical visualization. Okay. Previous one interaction was with the textual visualization. Here the graphic interaction with graphical visualization. Generally, graphical editors with point and click interfaces, it employs metaphors like scrolling, zooming, drill out. A lot of choices are there. Editors have varying levels of awareness for different target notations. For example, you can develop UML models in PowerPoint, but that will not that much help. So that's why you are using some UML designers. More exotic editors are also, and interactions mechanism exist in the research, like 3D editors, sketching based editors, etc. Now, advantages and disadvantages. Advantages. The symbols, colors, and visual decorations are more easily parsed by humans than structured text handling non-hierarchical relationships. Well, diverse spatial interaction metaphors, just I previously discussed, the scrolling and zooming allow the navigations, it is. All the features you will find. What are the disadvantages? And the cost of building and maintaining tool support. It is cost will be you have to pay for it. The difficult to incorporate new semantics into the existing one. So it is difficult to add or to embed the new semantics into the existing tools. It don't scale as well as text to very large models. So for a large model, it is helpless. It may not work properly. Okay. So these are the textual visualizations and graphical visualizations, their interactions and affections, advantages and disadvantages. Now we'll come to the hybrid visualizations. Here we have text as well as some graphical features. Now many visualizations are only text. Few graphical notations are purely symbolic, like text tables, text labels as a minimum, and some annotations are generally textual as well. Some notations incorporate some substantial parts that are mostly graphical alongside the substantial parts that are mostly or wholly textual. Okay. So it is a hybrid visualization. Some graphical parts, but here These are with some notations and symbols. Here, the user interface, calculation, data store. These are with some notations and symbols. The text are with some notations and symbols. H, V, T, fuel we are using. Height, velocity, time, fuel we are using. Okay. Now, the views, viewpoints, and visualizations. A view is a subset of the design decisions in an architecture. A viewpoint is the perspective from which a view is taken, and visualizations are associated with the viewpoints. How we are connecting to the viewpoints. A view is a subset of design decision, a set of or subset of design decisions. And viewpoint is the view we are taking from it, and the visualizations are associated to the viewpoints. Already we have discussed this thing. How we are entering data through the web browser, that will be HTTP post will be given to the business logic, then it will connect to the database. Once it will be connected, then it will just give the response whether it is success or failure. Then it will send the response page to the user through the web browser. Okay, so these are some steps are given. Very simple, you can understand it. Now, effect visualizations. Not all visualizations used in architecture-centric development depict design decisions directly. Some depict the results or effects of design decisions. Not always. All will depict the design decisions directly, but few are helpful for the design decisions. We call this as the effect visualization. It may be textual, graphical, or hybrid one. Okay. So here we have the architectural model, system implementation of their prototype, the simulation results, and animations, and that all will give the input. Architectural model will give the input to the simulator or tracing tool, and that will give to output as static simulation result or animations. Now, their evaluation of the visualization. In the same way, we have to evaluate first one, the scope and purpose. In the scope and purpose, it will elaborate what is the visualization and what it can actually visualize. Then the basic types, whether it is a textual visualization or graphical visualization or hybrid visualization or effect visualization. Then depict. What depiction mechanisms and metaphors are primarily employed by the visualization. Then interaction. What interaction mechanism that I use to employ it primarily by the visualizations. Now, fidelity. Fidelity means how trusted it is, how helpful, beneficial with some trust. How well, how completely does the visualization reflect the information in the underlying model? The consistency should be a minimum requirement. Okay. For the visualization, the consistency is always a basic requirement. Means that this is the least minimum requirement. We can't ignore it. So, what details are often left out. We can ignore others, but not the consistency. Then consistency. How well does the visualization use some similar representation for similar concepts? Then comprehensibility. How easy it is for stakeholders to understand and use a visualization. This is a function of both the visualization as well as for the stakeholders. Okay. So these are the evaluation parameters. Again, we have some visual evaluation parameters. Dynamism. How well the visualization supports the models for the dynamic model. Means once the time will change, how it is behaving. Then view coordination. How the visualization is connected to and kept consistent with other visualizations. Then aesthetics. how pleasing the visualization to the user, how beautiful it is. What is the beauty of it in the user's aspect at the user end? It is the evaluate. It will evaluate. A very subjective judgment is there for it. Then extensibility. How easy it is to use or to add the new capabilities to a visualization. Now, the objectives. The same thing already have discussed. Now, the text visualization. The text visualizations are generally provided through text editors. We have a lot of text editors like Windows Notepad, Simple Text, Pico, Joy. For experts, they have VI and Emacs. With underlying language, they have Eclipse, UltraEdit, and many editors are there. Okay, for the text visualizations. And also in the open source, we have Microsoft Word, other word processors. Now the advantages of using the text visualizer. It provides a unique way of or uniform way of working with many different underlying notations. So in a interdependent platform, it helps to interact with the different underlying notations. Wide range of editors available to suit any need or any requirement. Many incorporate advanced context asset capabilities. Many text editors can be extended to handle new languages or to integrate the new tools. These are the advantages. And disadvantage, it increases the complexity. Once the model will be bigger, it don't handle graph structures and complex interrelationships as well. Okay. Then advanced interaction mechanism. How we are using. So before coding and after coding, you have to check. Okay. This will again you have to do it your lab. Now the evaluation for the text visualization. The scope, it is visualizing the design distance or effects as the text. The basic type is texture, the depiction, order lines or characters, interactions, the fidelity, just to discuss here. Their consistency, it is generally good, depends upon underlying notations. Their comprehensibility, it drops with increasing the complexity. Means once it will be dropped with increasing, that will increase the complexity. Dynamism, it is rare but depends on the editor. View coordination, it depends on again editor. Aesthetics, it varies and it can be overwhelming or elegant on structure. Means we are just making it beautiful. Then extensibility, many extensible editors are available. Some general graphical visualizations. Okay, here PowerPoint, OmniGraffle, etc. we are using. It provides the point and click manipulation of graphical symbols, interconnections, and text blocks. Advantages. Friendly user interface can create the nice looking depictions. Nothing hidden or no information difference between the model or depiction. And the disadvantages, no underlying semantics are available for the graphical visualization. It is difficult to add them. Visio is a partial exception. Visio software. This means that interaction mechanism can offer minimal support. It is difficult to connect to other visualizations also. Then general graphical example with a screenshot. Okay, you can do it in your lab again by taking the Luna Lander method, user interface, game logic, in memory and data store two types. One data store in memory and relational database memory. Now their evaluation for what? Now the general graphical visualization. Scope and purpose, it visualizing the design distance as symbolic pictures. Basic type is graphical. Depiction, it is interconnected symbols on a finite canvas. Interaction, the point and click, drag and drop function that interacts with the symbols augmented by the menus and diagrams. Fidelity, the generally it is canonical. Consistency, it is manual. Comprehensibility depends on the skill of the modeler and use of some consistent symbols that is available with the visualization, graphical visualization. Then dynamism, some animation capabilities are there. Then view coordination, difficult at the best. Ethics, it is the modeler's responsibility. Aesthetics, then extensibility. It is adding new symbols is easy and adding semantics is harder. Okay. So in the next class, we'll go for some more use of the visualization in the software architectures. Okay, we'll cover the next class.
It's a small chapter, Deba, right? Deba?
Deva
Sir,
sir, you're
part 2 is
muted.
also there.
Deba,
Sir, part 2 is also there.
part 2. Acha. Now this chapter got over now.
Sir, today it is got over. The visualization chapter.
Next week, just open next chapter. Let me see.
Okay, sir.
It had only 16 slides. Only. How many slides were there?
So
Here.
today, sir, it has 34 slides.
Today you covered 34.
34 and previously 20. 54 slides we covered.
Previous 20, no. Previous less. Anyway, okay, go to
Sir,
the next.
Sir, that is then the chapter 10. In the chapter 10, we covered, previously we have covered 30 slides.
Okay. Now this chapter 11 is 32 slides.
34.
34. Okay.
Right.
Then go to the next chapter. Let me see.
Chapter 12.
Okay, chapter 12. Let me see.
Just a minute, sir. Just a minute.
How many slides are there? Just I wanted to know.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, chapter 12. Okay, we'll close it down. We'll not. Okay. Just show me. I'll just give a look. Then I will close it down. Okay. What is that? How many slides are there? Just I wanted to see.
Yes, sir, not this one. Just a minute, sir. It is different.
Sir, 34 slides, sir.
Oh, in next, no? Okay,
Yes,
34. Okay. Just
Sir,
let
in
him open.
the chapter 12 also we have 34 slides.
Oh, you open it. Just let me give a look. Just open it.
Yes, sir.
Just open it and just let me give a look. What is that important thing? Just let me give. This was visualization. So, my dear boys, study these ADLs and always make a valuation based on the 11 points. Always. And make a comparison. This is there in this particular ADL. This is not there. This is there. This is not there. So, give always a comparison. Make a note in your notebook. Otherwise, you will just forget listening to the class, to the slides until unless you make note, you won't understand anything. So, my dear boys, please, Pratik Agrawal, प्रतीक जायसवाल आप नोट करो किसमें क्या एडवांटेज है, किसमें क्या डिसएडवांटेज है, किसमें क्या कवर होती है, किसमें नहीं होती है. ओके, then only you can understand what is the advantage of each ADL. Then only. And how long Deba you are taking?
Sir, previous was there, that's why it has taken.
Okay. Okay. This is the visual. Again, this is the
File is
visualization.
also, sir, some figures are there, sir. Graphical visualization. The files are larger.
Okay. Okay.
That's
So, okay. Okay. So next chapter is also a sort of visualization, and
now,
what
now
we
it
see,
is,
yeah, what we see in UML, the class diagram is a visualization, and the narration, the description we get is a textual thing. So you have got some knowledge about visualization. Then from each class you generate a skeleton code that becomes the textual visualization. You see something. So the same thing, you please go through 5-6 slides from UML in chapter 12 so that it becomes very easy for you to proceed. What is being done in UML? You are very much acquainted with that. Very much acquainted with that. Go through the book as well as the slide, both together. Then only it becomes very clear, and you are very much acquainted. You have done the class diagram, and from the class diagram you have got a skeleton code, and from the skeleton code you are proceeding. So one diagram and another some text, that helps. Then it has some evaluation starting from scope to the extensibility. 11 points. So you one by one you compare it, you evaluate it, how it helps, how it doesn't help. Then only it becomes clear. So UML is also a visualization tool where two things are there. One is depiction. Depiction means some picture to depict. Then interaction. Interaction using some text, some programmatic pseudo code. So that is interaction. Anyway, so we'll close it down today. We'll open on Saturday at 4:15. We'll open it because it's already okay. Leave it. We didn't cover much. We talked a lot regarding the health issues, a lot. Anyway, we are closing it down. We'll see. We may take some more extra classes later on Sundays also, if at all it is required. Okay. Okay. Okay, Deva, close it down. Take the attendance, close it down.
yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, take the attendance one by one.
Okay, who are present? 20 means 18 present. Who are the three remaining three? Wasim Guleria?
He is absent.
Asutosh Gupta absent, sir. Asutosh Gupta, Wasim Guleria absent.
And I think that Guduri. Achyut.
Achyut absent, Asutosh Gupta absent, and Wasim Guleria. Three are absent. Yes, sir. I will just mark it.
So we are meeting on Saturday. Saturday we may talk little bit more. So Rekaj, Pi Calculus, CSP, Ranveer, CEP, Kulkarni. Get ready for Saturday. Okay. Okay. With example, think of any sort of example, then give some presentation with example. Okay, Deba. Let us close it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Bye. Anything you want to tell? Anybody? Okay.